Sure, it might look a little ridiculous, but if it's important to one person on your team, it ought to be important to you too. Hey, this is Jones Loflin. Welcome to Insights from the Jones Zone, where I give you a way to master your week in 3 minutes or less. This week's solar eclipse has provided lots of interesting conversations for me as I've talked with groups around the country. One particular team I was talking with had a guy on there who said he was going to travel to the very spot in South Carolina where a famous, to him, astronomer stood in 1903, and that's where he was going to watch the eclipse. His team immediately started laughing at him, joking with him about his nerdiness, but you could tell they supported him in his interest even if they didn't have that interest. When you think about it, it's our professional talents and abilities that bring us together in the workplace, but it's our freedom and our ability to share our personal interest and what really ignites us that helps us connect on a deeper level. And if we want people to deliver their best work, we have to help them bring their minds and their hearts to work each day. If you're a leader or a manager of people and you need to connect more deeply with the people on your team, maybe it's time you started focusing on their interest and what's exciting to them. How do you do that? Well, here are 3 ways to start. Number 1, make a list of those people on your team and start thinking about what their interests outside of work are. And if you find yourself listing general things like sports or family, then be a better listener in the next conversation and see more specifically what it is that ignites their passions about these things. Secondly, is to be more curious about what the interests are of the people on your team. In conversations with them, if you hear them talking about something that's a little unfamiliar to you, then don't ignore it. Ask them about it. They'll be thrilled that you're authentically interested in something other than just getting work done that day. Finally, if you have activities that you engage in with your team outside of work, reflect on those for a moment. Do they represent the interest of a variety of people on your team, or is it just the same 2 or 3 people who seem to be connecting with these activities? What are some unusual or different activities you could engage in that would really connect with some other members of your team? And guess what? If you're struggling to figure out what they might be, then ask them what might be of interest to them to do. I hope it's a fantastic week for you when you look for every opportunity to connect more deeply with the members of your team. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today in the Jones Zone.